everyone, and welcome back to another video from your one and only Squid. Today we're playing Animal Crossing, as you can tell. I am going to try and get things done today. That is our goal. And of course, the first thing we wake up to is Tom Nook putting us in debt forever, so that we will be forced to work so we can earn money to pay off the loans, when all we wanted was an escape, a vacation, a way out of the hellhole we normally live in. But no, he puts us right back into that. Why? Because he's a capitalist. But that doesn't matter. Why? Because we are bad girlies, we are independent, strong girlies, and we can pay off our loan within that day. Didn't even have to grind for it. Okay, that's a lie. I did a lot of grinding off camera for Nook Miles, but we're not going to talk about it. They just came out of nowhere. It was a gift. From who? I don't know. But we're also going to donate bugs so I can actually get somebody on this island I like besides Cherry. And that is Blathers, because although he talks so much, I just want to take a nap, he's cute. And I don't know, he just has a little spot in my heart, because he's always there for me, any time of day. Don't tell Blathers, but I actually like his sister Celeste more. She's just adorable, she's precious, and she always gives me the cutest recipes, or like items to help me make the recipes, and it's like, you care about me. You genuinely care about me and want to see me succeed and have beautiful things in my life. And I appreciate that. And I gotta show respect. But anyway, we got this, whatever this is, placed down so that Tom Nook can call in his secret ninjas of the night to build the museum overnight. Or I think it's, yeah, it starts as the tent, which is slightly less suspicious. But how does he build things in a night? Like, who is doing this? What creature does he employ that has the supernatural abilities to build entire structures overnight? And not only that, to be able to move pre-built structures overnight? Like, kind of magic is going on here, Tom Nook. Are you secretly in a cult? You made a cult and you didn't tell me? I have been betrayed. I can't. Tom Nook has broken my heart. And what does Blathers do while I'm just sitting here crying of heartbreak? He's just blathering away, just talking, just going on little rants about all the fish that I brought to him when I just want to donate them to him so I can get the museum built, so I can donate things to him quicker, and also just spend time vibing in the little fish area. It's the most serene place for me. It's my happy place. You think Blather's mom or parent named him that because they knew how much he was gonna talk? Like, just as a child, an infant who just kept going like goo goo gaga for like hours, and they were like, yeah, this kid is Blathers. He will not shut his mouth. He goes on for hours. It's like, my guy, I'm not trying to be rude, but I really just want to donate these critters so I can get my museum built. Like, please. Can there not be like a game mode to make him talk less? Or just to make the villagers in general talk less? I don't know. Maybe that wouldn't be that great, because I would miss talking to all the other villagers, like Cherry. She could talk to me for hours and hours, and I'd be happy. I'd be ecstatic. I'd love to hear Cherry talk to me, but I don't want to sit here talking to NPCs that don't have, like, more than a handful of dialogue lines for hours. It gets boring. Especially when you're just rereading the same lines over and over and over and over again, because you're just repeating the same action. Now that we've finally suffered through enough of Blathers to get the museum built, We're gonna see what Tom Nook wants us to do next, since we're just his little servant. Yep. Yay! We are going to build his son's shops, even though they're not actually his sons. They're just random children he picked up and was like, yes, I will make you my little business children. You will perform child labor for me on an abandoned island in the middle of nowhere with a bunch of strangers. Great idea. Totally safe. And 100% ethical. And not only is he forcing me to build a shop for his children, he's also putting me further in debt because I wanted a house instead of a tent. And then as soon as I pay off this loan, he's immediately gonna be like, oh, wouldn't it be better if you had a little bit more space? For just another arm and a leg, and next time you're sole, you can have a bigger, better house. Thank you, Tom Nook. You are making my life so wonderful and amazing. This is the best vacation getaway I have ever had. 10 out of 10. Since we're about to be doing a bunch of back-breaking work, grinding out materials for the shop, I better actually make sure I have all the tools I need. Even though I know I'm gonna be back to craft more. It won't take long. And then we're also gonna work on paying off my loan, because I don't want to be in debt forever. I don't know why. I'm also starting to save up, because I don't know, I just feel like I need to. It's nice to be able to see that I actually have money in a savings account, even if it's just in a video game. Produces the serotonin. What doesn't produce the serotonin is the amount of time that it takes to complete this little tutorial mode where you're just building everything necessary to have a decent island, and while you're gaining all of your rights and paying for all of the thousands of little apps and upgrades and things you need to be able to customize your island. And like, why does it have to take so long to get the base buildings? Couldn't Tom Nook have like prepared before moving into the middle of nowhere? Like, he constantly talks about how he's a big businessman, and you know he's in multiple games. So it's not like he just spawned out of existence and is a little infant putting this together and is like, hey guys, let's all run away together into the middle of nowhere. No, he isn't a child. He is a grown man, and he could have thought ahead, and planned, oh, I should bring some wood, iron, stone, just basic materials that I would need to at least build the buildings he wanted. Like, because then we could have started off with like, oh, not the community center. Resident services. That's what it is. Resident services and the Nook stop. Like, those could have come in their, like, beginner stages. But no, he did not think ahead. He did not plan. He just decided, yeah, let's try this out. Let's go into the middle of nowhere with nothing. Like, but he set up the airport. Maybe this was all his plot. Just to try and use us as labor. Make us do it for him so that he could have greater profit. Because that's all he thinks and cares about. He's a capitalist through and through. The only thing he wants is maximum gains. Which, respect, get the bag, but also don't get the bag at the expense of me. Like, I will work hard for you, but you should at least pay me. I'm out here chopping trees for hours. I learned how to time travel, so I could do this better like my man. Can you give me something? Like some bell vouchers for all my hard work? No. And yet I continue to slave away for him and his company because I am determined to turn this island into something, a beautiful safe haven for all the goth and emo characters. We will find them, we will bring them here, and we will help them feel at home here, and make them know that they are welcome and they are appreciated. It is going to take a lot of effort and a lot of time. This will be a very long and hard journey, but I will do it. I will walk as long as I need to make this a beautiful gothic island, to make it the spookiest island. The more I think about it, the more I realize this is really going to be a hard project for me, considering I have never actually completed an island before. I normally get bored and either completely flatten it or start over. So we'll see. Hopefully I can stick to it. I really want to. I really want to see this come together in the entire island to have one matching theme. I think the hardest part is going to be acquiring the furniture and just kind of figuring out different little like areas and ways to decorate because I'm not the best decorator, but I'm determined. And that determination will get me far. It'll get me anywhere. It'll take me to the moon if I want to. Look at that, we've already got our museum complete and it looks so much better. Do we have Brewster yet? No, but we'll find him. Eventually. I know he's on an island somewhere. I just don't have the time to go look for him right now. Sorry, bro. I promise I'll come get you, because your coffee is good, and I like all the little trinkets you give me. They're cute, and I think I want to try to make a little cafe somewhere. I can get some spooky little stools, customize some stalls and things to look like a dark little cafe. It'll be cute. It'll be a vibe. Look at how peaceful this area is. I wish I had access to nature like this in real life. Like, why can't my government provide me like actual parks and places to relax? I feel like that should be a human right. But it's not, so we continue to feel like animals in a zoo and slowly go crazy and have mental illness, but it's fine. Everything's fine. We're okay. No one actually suffers mentally, socially, or physically from being stuck inside all day and isolated like we're in a little gray box. That's crazy. Why would you even suggest that? And even if it did affect me, it's not like it matters because I can just run around my museum in Animal Crossing and collect stamps. I can vibe there, experience nature in the virtual world. That's good enough. I've recently started painting to help occupy my mind while I'm just bored at home, which is great. I'm painting little nature scenes. I'm trying to do one like every couple of days so I get better at painting. But anyway, my hands are constantly covered in paint now. Sometimes I even get it on my face, which I'm not sure how I do. And it's kind of a problem because now I'm constantly getting it on my clothes too, either from the act of painting itself or from my hands touching my clothes because they're covered in paint. So now I can only hang out at home in like clothes I'm okay with getting paint on, so I'm constantly looking like a little gremlin that just crawled out of the trash. I look like a little possum or something. I'm slowly evolving, metamorphosizing into the little gremlin that I've always thought I was. Even from a child, I exhibited gremlin-like behavior. I would crawl out of my crib, unlock my door, and then sneak into the kitchen, climb on top of the counters, and open the cabinets by myself and raid them only for Cheerios. Sometimes Fruit Loops if I was feeling a little bit spicy. And then I'd take them, sit underneath the table, and just dump them on the floor and eat them off the floor. If that isn't gremlin vibes, I honestly don't know what is. My mother must have worked miracles to keep me out of the hospital constantly because I was always doing things that should have either made me sick or broken my bones. Like, I loved eating things off the floor. I would eat handfuls of sand if I really felt like it. I was on some wild shit. I was a crazy kid. I was also like constantly getting into fights with other kids, especially if they said I wasn't stronger than them. I'd beat them up just to prove a point. How my mother ever managed to keep me alive, for one, and two, turn me into a half-decent human being is beyond me. She must have like got an ancient spellbook and prayed to a demon that I become normal or something. Because I was like a little goblin that just ate all her food, constantly screamed at her, and almost always got into trouble with the other kids. Honestly, I should have realized when no kids liked to play with me and my best friend was a bee that I was autistic. Like, how did I not put that together? I was just vibing. I thought it was completely normal for my best friend to be a little carpenter bee that just happened to fly to the same spot on the playground almost every day. I don't know why that bee liked me. I never gave him anything. I literally just tormented him every now and then, trying to catch him. Like the little heathen child I was, constantly running around looking for more chaos, looking for something to catch, something to poke. My favorite were the little jumping spiders. I loved to just watch them, and later as I got bolder, I loved to catch bugs and use them to freak out other kids, especially kids that had like upset me earlier in the week. I loved to like show them weird caterpillars or little spiders and be like, look. I loved tormenting my older sister. The most she was terrified of bugs as a kid, and I loved caterpillars and worms, so anytime I found one and I was mad at her, I'd just throw it at her. I'd chuck it. She hated me for that and would run screaming, and I'm like, you know what? I deserved your hate. I was rude. I was a little monster. I have a feeling that my little sister eating some of my favorite Lego pieces is karma for me tormenting my older sister with bugs as a child. I don't want anything more right now than to own and make one of the Lego botanical sets. I've heard that there's little succulent ones, and I want them. I want them more than anything. I think I would feel complete. The little hole in my heart would be filled. It would be filled by the tiny Lego succulents. I would cry. Honestly, I would be more than overjoyed to get any of the Lego botanical sets. Like, they're stunning. They're gorgeous. Their flowers, mwah, on point. Love them. Would love to build them. Have I had the chance to? No, and it makes me want to cry. It's one of the things I think about when I cry myself to sleep at night. That, and the fact that I don't have shelves to display a Littlest Pet Shop collection. I want one, and I've heard rumors that LPS is gonna kind of relaunch their toy line in like the next year or two, and I am excited. If that is true, I will be happy. I will be overjoyed. The inner child in me will be healed. She will be at peace. She will just be peacefully playing inside the back of my brain with her little Legos and her little pet shops. I think it's crazy that I am a full-grown adult and my favorite toys are just now like relaunching, and yet I still do not have any money to buy them with. I cannot financially afford to have a Littlest Pet Shop collection. I would go broke. I would not be able to eat. I wouldn't be able to care for my little fish, which I love so much. I would cry if I couldn't feed them. Which reminds me, I need to buy peas for my goldfish so they can have a little snack, a little healthy snack. My goldfish are my boys. They're both my sons, and I love them with my whole heart, and I think they deserve the best of everything possible. Like, if they need anything, they get it. They are spoiled, and they don't even know it because they can't comprehend the fact that they're spoiled. They just eat and swim in circles. But they're happy and they're adorable. They're like little pocket-sized golden retrievers. I think they're precious. As I'm recording this, one of my goldfish, Squash, is laying down at the bottom of his tank, trying to take a little nap, and he's just staring at me. He's just looking at me with his cute little puppy eyes. And all of his corridors are swimming around him, bothering him, waking him up from his nap. Just like my sisters when they want something from me and they just come into my room. Sometimes I'm not even sure if my little sister actually comes into my room or not, because she comes in the middle of the night and I don't wake up fully, so I'm just half asleep staring at her and I'm like, is she real or is this a demon in my room? And then she'll ask me a random question like, do you know where this is? And my brain somehow processes what sounds like gibberish into an actual sentence, and I'm able to understand what she means. But then when I try to remember what happened, all I can remember is a blur in gibberish and a vague humanoid shape, and I'm just like, okay, I helped some sort of demon figure-ish. Hopefully they won't curse me. And then it's always just my little sister, and I know because in the morning she'll bring back whatever she asked me for, and I'll just think, oh, so it was you. It's nice to know that I'm not actually being haunted by some sort of specter that just wants to take all of my craft supplies, though, because that would be kind of weird, kind of freaky, and I'd have to start doing research as to why a ghost needs things like scissors, tape, glue, occasionally markers. Like, what are you doing? Are you making a little trifold board so I can understand what happened to you and how you died? Because that'd be kind of cool. But if the ghost is trying to kill me and take me away from my one and only love, Cherry, I won't. No, the ghost is leaving. If it tries to take me, I will hold on for dear life. I will be kicking and screaming as it takes me. I will not go down easily. You will not take me away from my beloved Cherry without a fight. I will go down kicking, scratching, biting. There'll probably be some spit too, because sometimes I swear I'm a raccoon. But I will not go down easy. You will not take me away from her. I will not be separated from my muse. She is the reason I'm doing this entire island. Well, that and the fact that I love spooky things. But the point stands. I will not be deprived of my muse, of my inspiration, of the love of my life. No one will take her. No one will take me. I will fight any ghost, any monster or demon that tries to come in between us. I'll even fight other villagers if I have to. Nobody's gonna steal my girl. Not today. Fate brought us together on my very first island attempt. I will not be denied my fate, my destiny. The only thing that can be taken from me is my pride, and that's not really a big win because I don't have much of that anyway. So take it. Take my little scrap of pride. I don't care, but you will not take my girl. I don't care about my pride. I don't need that to live. I don't need that to continue breathing, to continue moving, and to have a reason to want to be here. What I do need to do is wrap up this video because I finally got done all of the things I wanted to get done. And thank you so much for watching and listening to all my random nonsense. Have a great night.